4 babies, frozen in time, their tiny forms preserved in a state of perpetual innocence, a haunting reminder of lives that never had the chance to begin, a mother's secret hidden for decades. She carried the weight of her past, a burden too heavy to share, locked away in the shadows of her mind and the pages of forgotten photo albums. The year is 2024, the city, Boston, a place where history and modernity collide, where the echoes of the past linger in the cobblestone streets and towering skyscrapers. This is the story of a discovery so chilling, so eerily sad, that it sent shockwaves through the nation, a tale that gripped the hearts of millions, leaving them to question the darkness that can reside in the human soul. This case, with its shocking revelations and unanswered questions, has become one of the most perplexing of 2024. Headlines screamed of the mystery, and detectives found themselves entangled in a web of secrets and lies. It started with a faint smell, a scent that lingered in the air, unnoticed by most, but unmistakable to those who knew what to look for. A whisper of something not quite right in the air of a nondescript South Boston apartment. Neighbors spoke in hushed tones, their eyes darting to the windows, wondering what secrets lay behind those walls. It was an odor that hinted at secrets, at something buried deep, something terribly wrong. As the police dug deeper, they uncovered a story that was more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. A tale of loss, despair, and the lengths to which people will go to hide their darkest truths. The odor led to a freezer. Inside, a scene so horrifying that it made seasoned detectives gasp. 4 infants, tiny and still, lay wrapped in blankets and plastic bags. They were frozen, their delicate features preserved as if in a macabre lullaby. The sight was almost too much to bear, even for those who had seen the worst humanity had to offer. The room was silent, save for the hum of the freezer, a chilling reminder of the lives that had been so cruelly cut short. News of the discovery spread like wildfire. The city of Boston, steeped in history and known for its strong sense of community, shuddered. Whispers filled the cafes and pubs. Who could do such a thing? And why? The questions hung heavy in the air, unanswered and unsettling. Parents held their children a little tighter, and neighbors looked at each other with suspicion and fear. The media descended upon the city, their cameras and microphones capturing the collective glee and outrage. The police promise a thorough investigation. But for now, the city was left to grapple with the horror of what had been found. The once bustling streets seemed quieter, the usual hustle and bustle dampened by a pervasive sense of dread. Boston, a city that had weathered many storms, now faced a new and chilling mystery. The apartment, it turned out, belonged to a woman named Anna. She had lived there for decades, her life seemingly quiet and unremarkable to her neighbors. She was in her late 70s, frail and seemingly bewildered by the sudden police presence in her home. The officers moved through her belongings with a sense of urgency, their faces grim. Her demeanor was eerily calm, a stark contrast to the horrific discovery made within her walls. It was as if she was detached from the reality unfolding around her. Her eyes, vacant and distant. The infants, the medical examiner would later reveal, had been dead for varying lengths of time. The sight was haunting. Tiny bodies that had been hidden away, their existence erased from the world. Some for a few years, others for decades. The forensic team worked meticulously, piecing together the timeline of these tragic deaths, each discovery more chilling than the last. Each tiny body, a silent testament to a tragedy shrouded in mystery. The questions loomed large. How had this gone unnoticed for so long? What had driven Anna to such a dark place? The investigation was just beginning, and the answers were far from clear. As the police officers and investigators delved deeper into the case, they uncovered layers of secrets that painted a picture of a life filled with hidden sorrows and unspoken horrors. The community was left in shock, grappling with the reality that such darkness had been lurking in their midst. Neighbors who had known Anna for years were stunned, unable to reconcile the kindly old woman they thought they knew with the grim revelations. The story of Anna and the infants would haunt the town for years to come, a chilling reminder of the hidden depths of human despair. The investigation was immediately fraught with challenges. The passage of time had blurred the lines of evidence. The medical examiner worked tirelessly, painstakingly, piecing together the puzzle of the infants' deaths. The cause of death, frustratingly, remained elusive. The cold, while preserving their bodies, had also obscured vital clues. DNA tests were conducted, the results adding another layer of complexity and heartbreak to the case. Section 5. A Mother's Truth. Anna, once questioned, told a story that was both shocking and heartbreaking. She confessed that the babies were hers. She had given birth to each of them, alone and in secret, over a span of several decades. She spoke of a life marred by abuse, of an inability to escape her situation. The pregnancies, she said, were the result of assaults, leaving her trapped in a cycle of fear and despair. Section 6. Shadows of Doubt. The DNA results confirmed Anna's story. The infants were hers, but they also revealed another chilling truth. The father of all 4 children was her husband, a man who had died years earlier. Anna had never spoken of her husband's abuse. The revelation cast a dark shadow over the investigation. Was this a case of a desperate woman driven to unimaginable acts? Or was there more to the story? Section 7. Justice Undone. The case sparked a heated debate. Could Anna be held accountable for her actions, considering the circumstances of her life? Was she a victim herself, trapped in a nightmare not of her own making? Prosecutors faced an impossible dilemma. The law, in its black and white rigidity, seemed ill-equipped to handle the shades of gray that colored Anna's life. The evidence, while disturbing, was not conclusive. Section 8. Silence and Shadows. In a decision that shocked many, The district attorney announced that no charges would be filed against Anna. The case of the frozen newborns, once a horrifying spectacle, was quietly closed. Anna was placed in the care of social services. She remained silent, her secrets seemingly buried deep within her. The apartment building was eventually demolished, but the chilling story lingered. Section 9. Unanswered Whispers. The case of Boston's frozen newborns continues to haunt the city. It's a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind closed doors and the complexities of human experience. What do you think about this chilling case? Could more have been done to solve it? Or are some mysteries destined to remain unsolved, forever frozen in time?